Hey Ringside crew, welcome to the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. And now here's your host, Joe, Panther the Third.
Hello there, wrestling fans! To another episode of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. I am Joe Panther the Third, and tonight I have a gentleman that has been in the wrestling business. He's doing his thing. Introduce yourself.
My name is Jacob Quinn. I've been in the wrestling business for about a year and a half now. And I've just, like you said, I've been doing my thing. I've been doing what I can to get around.
Awesome. So who trained you?
Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
Sorry, it's okay. Who trained you?
I trained at Battle Arts Academy. I've had a multitude of trainers. I still do. I've been trained by Santino Marella. I've been trained by. My current coach is a person that goes by Timmy O'Connor. So I've had classes with people like Gabriel Fuerza. So yeah, I've had a multitude of trainers. Luckily, I learned from a lot of people, but I've trained at Battle Arts Academy.
Awesome. So what like kind of advice have you gotten for like Santino or like the guy that trained you that puts into through this character that you bring out to the ring?
Just be yourself. To a degree. Just be yourself all the time, and that's the best advice you can get in the wrestling business. Is don't try and completely go out of your realm, and just stick to who you are.
Awesome. So like when it comes to like matches, like what is like your goal when it comes to the week of a show? Do you have to like judge your opponent, or is it more cardio, weights? Like what's it like to be like a wrestler in your world like, these days?
Firstly, I want to apologize if you can hear my dog barking.
That's fine. That's fine, dude. Just you're good. You're good. No problem.
Okay. Yeah, when it comes to matches, it's a multitude of things. Obviously, cardio is a big one. Because if you can't keep up with your opponent, it's an issue. If like you're 5 minutes in and you can't keep up, then it's definitely gonna be an issue. And yeah, weights is a big one as well, because you have to be able to sometimes outpower your opponent, and be stronger than your opponent. So it's a multitude of things. On the week of a show, you got to make sure your cardio's up. You got to make sure you're eating right. And you have to just make sure that you know who you're wrestling. I make sure every time a match is announced for me, I know the person that I'm wrestling, because that's very important as well.
Is there any wrestlers that you like haven't had the chance to wrestle yet that you've been watching on the scene, that you would want to wrestle? Like any like wrestlers that you want to?
Oh, there's a multitude of wrestlers. Like I said, I've only been in here for a year and a half. So there's a multitude of wrestlers that I would love to wrestle. You got guys like Gabriel Fuerza that I would love to get in the ring with. There's so many people. You have guys like Mark Wheeler, Clay Wilson. This is just in the Ontario scene. I'm not gonna go too much out of my realm and go higher up, but there's a lot of people that I would love to get in the ring with, and hopefully I do get the chance to one day.
I'm from PA, and I go to a promotion called PPW. Like, have you ever thought of coming up this way? Go to like 5-star PPW, Battlefield, and stuff like that.
Right. Where are you located?
I'm located in the Poconos. I like in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a lot of I just dropped a few names at the promotions in Pennsylvania. Battlefield. There's PW. There's High Grounds. There's ISBW in New Jersey. There's the New York Wrestling Connection in New York, as I said in the name. I said ISBW in Jersey. Like, have you ever traveled this side of the tri-state area to come over and check out the scene yet?
I have not. I have not been able to travel that side. It's been mainly around Canada that I have
Mm.
been traveling around, and yeah, I haven't been able to get to that side of uh, that part yet, but hopefully soon. I am hoping to be out there. Obviously, the dream was to be in Philadelphia for WrestleMania weekend. Always a
Same here,
dream.
brother.
Always
Same
a
here.
dream.
My
Um,
Panther family saw the hotel bill, $300 a night, and we were like, you can sit home, stay safe, stay in your undies, say a little khaki above, and put the red glasses on and watch it. And I do a live reaction on YouTube. All right, guy, I'm safe. Like
yeah, yeah. Obviously, that's a dream, but maybe next year. I can't fully remember where they are having it next year.
rumors just keep saying Canada, UK. If it's in Canada, it's right in your backyard,
It's
brother. You
right
just have
there.
to open
Yeah,
the gate.
if it's in Canada, I'll be there. But yeah, unfortunately, can't be in Philadelphia right now. But yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah. So like the day of a show, what is like your regiment you do that day? Do you like take everything slowly? Do you like get your clothes together the day before? I know you probably have to have the gear you're wearing washed, and like with those gears, I was a varsity swimmer. Do you guys have to like wash them in? Can you wash them in a washing machine, or do you have to put them in like in a tub and wash them all in soap like that?
I wash mine in the washing machine. I don't know if I'm supposed to be washing it in a tub. If if I
I've
am,
seen people do that. Like the
I,
like, yeah.
if I'm supposed to be, no one has told me otherwise. Um, but I wash them in a washing machine. Usually it's the day before I have them ready. I always like to be prepared. On the day of a show, I'm fairly relaxed. Um, I'm obviously focused at the task at hand that I have later that night. Um, but during the day, I treat it like a normal day. I wake up, I eat breakfast. I'll probably do a small workout, um, and just relax until it's time to go.
Awesome. So, do you pack a lunch and just eat whatever they have at the venue? Or if it's like if you're traveling further into Canada, do you have to like pack like a small breakfast and maybe a light lunch till you get to the hotel or wherever you're staying before the day before the show?
Yeah, ideally, I like to pack a lunch. There's sometimes where I'll forget to, because I have so many other things running through my mind. But there's times I'll forget to pack lunch and I don't eat until I get home. But yeah, it's vital to pack a lunch, and yeah, if you're staying at a hotel, then maybe a breakfast if they don't if they don't supply it there. But yeah, it is smart to pack a lunch because there are some promotions where you're lucky to even get water. So
Wow.
um, yeah, so it's vital to pack a lot of water or juice and food when you
Yeah,
go.
because like there's some venues that I've been at that you're lucky if they have food for you backstage because there's some promoters that are like, oh, there is hot dogs and hamburgers out there if you want to eat, and you're like, you're a trained warrior going out to with muscles and all kinds of stuff. You're not gonna eat a bucket of fried chicken before you go in to wrestle a match. You'll be throwing
Nope.
up everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yep, and I made a similar mistake in amateur wrestling. I decided to eat a foot long sub before I went out and wrestled a match,
No.
and it did not turn out well for me. So since that day, I have just decided to if I'm going to eat before, I keep it light. Usually it's fruit. I eat fruit before a match.
Hmm. Like when it comes to promos, do you have like the promoter will tell you, okay, say this to this person, say this to that person. Do you like write your own stuff out, or do you automatically know what you're gonna say every time?
Usually with me, I know what I'm going to say. I still like to jot things down a little bit, but typically I'm always cutting promos in my head. I'm always doing something, and I always know what I'm going to say. Like before a match is even announced, the week before, I'll know what I want to say to the person. and I just say it. I say what comes to mind, and I just let it out.
Well, like 2000s John Cena, like when he did his
I guess
promo.
so. I guess so. Yeah.
So when you're a teen or like a young adult watching wrestling, like who was that person that you gravitated to that you were like, that's my boy?
Um, there's a lot. I'm currently a teen and young adult, so growing up, yeah, growing up, it's
Making me feel old.
there, there
I'm
was a
40,
lot.
so I'm like, no.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Um, there was a lot of guys like you have the typical John Cena's and Randy Ortons, but you also have guys like Seth Rollins that I look up to. I still look up to guys like Seth Rollins. Lately, I've looked up to a guy named Will Ospreay, who is just phenomenal in ring. Guys like MJF
Mm.
and things of that nature. Those are guys that I really kind of gravitated to. Kevin Owens is a big one that I've gravitated to. So guys like that, those names are definitely guys that I've
We
gravitated
have
to.
a
And
floof. Is that a cat trying to get into
yes,
the
it is a
camera?
cat. It's a cat. We have like a
It's the
zoo here.
Panther thing. It's the Panther thing. The cat senses another feline guy. Was like, dudes at ringside. We have floofs. We call our floofs at ringside. If the cat's
Yeah.
trying to get 5 seconds of fame, it's okay.
Yeah.
Bring Kitty
Hey,
over to say hi. Let's meet this feline friend.
this
Well, oh my gosh, what is your cat's name?
this is Gizmo. He's the new he's the fairly new cat in addition to the family.
That's a cute cat. It looks like one of those things you would see in a cat. You immediately get scared, and then the cat like walks in. It's like it's just a cat, guys. It's just a cat because of the black
Yeah.
and white. It's like Sting. He just put the like the black and white Sting when he was
Yeah.
part of NWO Wolfpack. It's
I
like
know.
straight out. It's like I as I said before we were doing the interview, I was watching Ready to Rumble and like stuff like that. Like, did you ever watch those movies? And now being a wrestler, like see that see what like the subtle things they were talking about and go, wow, we talked about that backstage. Oh my god, that was us backstage. Like, do you ever watch that and freak out now, going, oh my god, some of the stuff they talked about in that movie is so like breaking the wall what we do.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of stuff that I watched growing up. When I would see behind the scenes stuff, and growing up, you didn't really understand it. You're just like, oh my goodness, like, wow. And then now I'm actually in the business, and it's like, okay, I'm living this now, right? So it's cool. It is a cool feeling though. Like you grow up watching this, and now you're living it. It's an awesome feeling, but it is mind blowing.
Awesome. So do you collect anything?
In what in particular?
Like I collect pops, I collect Ghostbusters merch, I collect hats, stuff like that.
I used to collect action figures, but I slowed down on that because I grew up just loving action figures. But the problem with me is I would always take them out the box, and I can't keep collecting if I'm just gonna keep doing that. A lot of them just ended up breaking when I was growing up because I couldn't keep the collection. If I kept the collection that I had growing up and didn't take them out the box, I'd be rich. So
Yeah,
yeah, I did collect action figures for a bit, but other than that, that's about it.
I get that. So in closing, if any of my fans would like pick up any kind of merch of yours, or if they want to if they want to pick up any merch of you, where can they find it?
You can find it on my Instagram. There's a link to my merch site on my Instagram. There's a link there. You can find it there. I have T-shirts. I have almost everything you can think of in merch.
Wow.
I got T-shirts. I have hats. I have towels. So I have everything there. So if you want a Jacob Quinn Show shirt, then go ahead and grab one.
Awesome. If there's any kids that were looking to get into the business, I'm talking like 18, 19.
Yeah.
What kind of advice would you have for them?
Be prepared for anything. There's a lot that goes into being a pro wrestler if you put your all into it. There's so much. There's the fitness aspect of it. There's um, there's a complete difference between actual cardio and in-ring cardio because you can go and run a 100-meter dash and be completely fine, but you go 5 minutes in the ring and you're like, where did my cardio go? So it's a different aspect in there, and all I'd say is be prepared for a lot. Be prepared for the in-ring work, the training. The training is the hardest part. That's where a lot of people quit and say, "I this isn't for me." But once you get past that, there are so many things you can do, and it's really cool.
I want to thank you so much for coming on the podcast. I really appreciate it. I want to wish you nothing but the best of luck on your wrestling journey. When you, if you want to come back on in a future episode, please let me know. And definitely, if you haven't already, please follow this gentleman on all of his social medias, with Instagram, the X, Facebook, everywhere he's on there. And if you haven't already, please give this video a like and definitely give me a subscribe. I'm almost at 900 subscribers. I'm Joe Panther the Third,
I'm Jacob Quinn.
and we will catch you in the next one.